Casino. King Harold here with you. We teach professional baccarat here, professional for full-time professional play or for side hustle work. We do not teach entertainment. But I've introduced a really strong way to play baccarat that will guarantee things for you. We're still refining it down to the last parts, yes, but this is a Chop Streak King's Ultimate. And I'm going to demonstrate it tonight that I think is in an easier way for people to understand it. And that is, baccarat is actually the same as roulette in the sense of, well, there's a red banker and there's a blue player. In roulette, there's a red, black numbers or colors representing numbers. Unfortunately, you do have a green in roulette, which pretty much rules it out. So I'm going to show what we're working on tonight, and thank you for joining, Chuck, because a lot of good work we did today. I'm going to do some demonstration work tonight that makes it a little more clear on how to follow our King's Ultimate Chop Streak play by showing it with roulette. We have roulette certainly isn't as strong a game as baccarat. You've got 18 reds and 18 blacks rather than just one red and one blue, which makes baccarat so much better. And of course, baccarat doesn't have a green either, and you have one, two, and sometimes three greens. If you let the casinos go, they'll put four up there pretty soon. Booyah, how you doing? And Mark Myers, good evening. You guys, thank you very much for asking for last night. I worked last night and early into the morning. I ended up sending out 21 copies of King's Ultimate Chop Streak. I would be waiting on some more folks to come in because I don't want to say something that they're going to miss. But, or at least I'd like everybody to catch on to what I'm going to say. Good evening, H.R. Green Shark. Welcome aboard, sir. So we're going to show the King's Ultimate Chop Streak using roulette. And of course, it gives you 18 reds and 18 blacks rather than one red and one blue. So we'll have to adjust for that. Hey, Trish, good evening. But I think the roulette gives you a better view of what I'm doing with the King's Ultimate Chop Streak revision. And we're refining down. Do we play one bet, two bets, or three bets? And I started it with three. I know the trap there of the three, and you can certainly run into it if you're playing it with roulette. And I'm going to play it with roulette tonight. You're going to forgive me if I end up getting slaughtered tonight, because this is actually more for instructive purposes of everything's in front of you here rather than on the baccarat table where you have to go back and forth to the big road to see things. You can see everything here, and I'm going to play it exactly the same way. I'm going to play it. I've gone back and forth on this the same way Chuck and I did today, of playing one bet or two bets. I'm going to play three bets on roulette. That's kind of like suicide, but I'm going to do it so you can see it. I'm going to be using $50 units, and I'm going to go up 10 and down 9. That's what I'm going to do. So as we continue to refine this King's Ultimate on where we're going to go to it, we're going to pick out single, double, or triple bets as well as you can choose to chase the streaks as well. As we saw today, if you want to chase a streak, you can chase it, and you may catch 2 or 3 winning bets right there and have your money, or you may have a loss every time right after your win. So you got to find out what you're going to do. But this roulette style of playing is going to show it very well. We've got one red up there, so we would be betting $500 that the red would repeat. I got it in $50 units, so I can always just keep it that way. But so our first bet's going to be $500, and it's going to be that the red will repeat, and we're going to have 3 bets on it. And I'm going to say hello to Ken, hello, and Joseph Gorecki. And Plush World, I don't know who you are, but you're welcome to be here as well. This is the King's Ultimate. This is a demonstration of the Chop Streak. Very strong professional and side hustle way that we have written it. And as we're playing it, a demonstration using roulette, because roulette is a very clear way to do it. You can consider that red bet up there, you can consider that that's the banker. And so I'm betting $500 on banker. And you consider the black numbers as being blue, and those would be players. And of course, we do have the 1-0 there. So we're going to play it with a single zero. King Alan Wander, welcome, sir. King Alan, we're demonstrating the King's Ultimate Chop Streak baccarat using roulette because it's an easier way to follow. So there's my bets already down. We've got $500 on red, and there's a win. So we've got $500 there. Now I don't have a bet now. Now you, like I'm saying, you can play the streak here. You can go ahead and bet banker again, and you might catch a long streak here and win them all. I'm not that much of a riverboat gambler. Hey Kevin, hey Mike Steinfeld. I'm showing roulette tonight to demonstrate the King's Ultimate chop streak method because it's easier to do it this way. We have 18 bankers and we have 18 players. That's what makes it difficult. But because roulette, we well know that the mathematical chaos comes into play here. And so I need to turn that around. You don't need to be keeping watching me anymore. So we did play that the banker, the red, would repeat. We are up $500. The next bet is going to be $50, but I don't have a bet yet. So I'm going to show it to you. If you were playing Chase the Streak here, you'd have another banker bet here if you had chose to do that. So it is, you can see whether you would have won or not. And you would have lost. Okay, so now I'm going down 9 units. We're betting $50 units, up 10, down 9. So now we're going to bet $50 on, this would be the player, and there you go. This is King's Ultimate Chop Streak. And now you get to see what I'm talking about. We lost there, right? Okay, but we're staying on the player. So we got to go to 550. Now, the reason I say that is that's up 10 units. The reason I say that is if we hit the black here, you see the last one was red. So we're played streak. If it hit black on the first time, that's a streak. But if it hits black now, we won with a chop. So that's why I'm calling it chop streak. You can win with the streak or you can win with the chop. And if we lose here, we're going to make one more bet, which also would be chop. You win on streak if it's the very first bet. You win on chop if it's any after that. And if you lose 3, you stop. But I may be refining this down to playing only 2 so that you don't dig holes for yourself. But we're going to go ahead and dig a hole tonight because we don't care. This is for instructive purposes. This is roulette meets baccarat. And we are up 10 units to 550. And we are playing the player one more time. We're pretending those black numbers are blue. So there's our 550 bet. And there's our win on the second bet. And as you can see, that's actually a chop. And so we won with the chop. And now, since we won, we can bet right away if we want. But I don't prefer to do that. See, and the reason I don't prefer to do that is because I just won with the black. I like to play or with the blue, as we would say. You can go ahead and bet right now. Again, these are your own personal choices. But my next bet is going to be down 9 units from 550. See, we would have won. There you go. That's probably why we should have done it. But anyway, we played 550, so we're going to go down to $100. That's down 9 units of 50. And there's another one. See, now you've been streaking. The same thing, that's a streak. And you're perfectly welcome to chase streaks if you want, because if you do hit them, you know the good things that happen there. But there's your loss, and so you would have won 3 bets, and then you would have lost. And so now we're going to bet $100 that this red is going to repeat. There we go. That's playing the same thing as the banker, pretending the last hand was the banker. We're betting that the banker's going to streak. He did not. That was $100. So now we've got to go to $600. We're going up 10 units of 50. And maybe we'll dig a big hole here. Whoops. 600 because this is now going for the chop to see if we can chop this player right here. $600 on the banker. And we didn't get it. So now we're going to go to $1,100. I don't mind how deep this goes because this is instructive. We know that this is not the same as baccarat, but this is baccarat style to teach it. This would be the third and last bet, win or lose. We have $1,100 on the banker. And we hit it. Okay, so I would not go from here. You're welcome to continue on and play that the banker will streak here, but I am going to go down. So we've got to go down to $650 because we're going down $450. But I've got to get a bet to do it. So we're going down to $650. And we're going to bet that the player streaks here. We've got a $650 bet. That's down 9 units of 50, $450. Hit that up button, Richard. Thank you, buddy. You can't see the roulette. Oh, okay. Green Shark. I must be bobbing the camera around or something. Good evening, JP. Good to have you, buddy. We're showing the demonstration of the King's Ultimate Chop Streak. We're showing it with roulette because it's easier to watch like this. And we'll go back to, tomorrow night to the actual Baccarat game. So we lost 650 there, so that means this next bet's got to be 1150, up 500. Dig that hole, King Harold, dig it. You don't care. $1,150. Second bet, Chop Streak. And now we get to go to 1650. We know that roulette streaks a lot more than Baccarat does, but Baccarat has its share of streaks too. I think 1650 is the right bet. So now we're betting the ultimate chop. See if we can get this one or not. We did not. Okay, so now what happens now is the very next bet's going to be 2150. It's going to be up $500, but I got to get a new bet. I've worn out my banker. Streaking right along. You can see it now? Okay, good. And there you go with that green number right there for you. No, we're not going to bet that the green repeats, although it could. Kind of still got. Okay, so now we got a player. I'm going to go to 2150. I'll clank it all the way up. That is up 10 units of $50. 2150, hoping that a player will repeat. Demonstrating King's Ultimate Chop Streak right here. Okay, 2150. So now we've got to go down $450. So what in the world is that? 1650. It would be 450 down. Yep. So the next bet's going to be 1650. You streakers, you'd be playing this player right now with two in a row. We're going to go to 1650 when we get a new bet. You streakers would have won. Let's see if you win again, because anything can happen in this roulette game. But yep, there you go. So this is just demonstration of King's Ultimate Chop Streak using the roulette wheel. And players are on a big streak on the roulette wheel. And there it is. So we're going to go to a 1650 bet that the banker will repeat. 1650. Let's see what we get here. And we got a repeater there. So this is the other power of having the roulette wheel. You can find where you are with your money right now. We're up $1,750 playing the King's Ultimate Chop Streak using the roulette wheel. Now, if I don't know if I can do this or not. Let's see if we can do it or not. You guys are very patient, so you don't care. Let's see. And we'll go to Baccarat now. And I'll put in the secret code. This is a real secret here. Okay, so if you were playing Baccarat, okay, we've got two players right now, so we'll do a no bet. We'll just do the chop streak with Baccarat hands just for a little while. So I think that's three players, right? Yeah, we need a banker. Booyah, this is follow the winner. This is follow the winner on the first play. But follow the winner as a whole, streaks and roulette, yeah. Roulette streaks more, baccarat chops more. That's why we favor the chop in baccarat. And you can favor the streak in roulette, but follow the winner. It can take you down the road, man. I'm telling you, you got to be careful with it. I'm glad everybody can see this thing here, but we got the banker now. So we are going to follow the winner on at least this very first bet. And I'll go ahead and do it the same way. We're going to play $500 on the banker. Because again, I would not play this high. This is like ultra high roller. But this is just for instructive purposes tonight. And I got $1,750 in my pocket from the roulette wheel anyway, right? Sure. So with that one, we're going to go to $1,000 on the banker, second bet. All right, so now we know that we're up $500 here, and I'm not going to keep track of it. But I just want to make sure you guys understand what we're doing, and you can play it. You can play it one bet, you can play it two bets, you can play it three bets. The three bets can get you in trouble, as Chuck and I know, because of the if it streaks against you. Like if you had immediately here. So you're betting that the banker will repeat. If you catch three players right now, and that's of course possible. You can see them right here all over the place. If you catch three players in a row, you got three losses in a row, and that's a hole you got to dig back out of. If you play it two, well, you're only going to have two to dig it out of, but then again, you could have won on the third. So it's pick your poisons, what it is. Hey, Don Montgomery, welcome. So anyway, I wanted to demonstrate for you guys exactly what it looked like on the roulette wheel. I hope you guys found it to be instructive, and we're going to come back and we're going to keep working our simulations on this. And I mean, I'll also show you the one of the other things that's going on right now. If I put $500, for example, on player and banker, just like that, and I went up 5 units, down 4 of $100 bills. So you've got the banker and a player right there. So the banker would go to 100, and the player would go to 1,000, just like that. And with that time, we're going to run it back. Now, I know you don't know what you just saw, but I'm going to tell you what you just saw. You saw the banker win $500, and you saw the player lose $500. Then you saw the banker lose $100, and the player won $1,000. So, as a team, you're up $600 right now. Just saying. Something for you to see and know about. I'm going to show you everything in this game. I don't want anything left untouched. You were with people who know baccarat better than anybody knows it, and we have all kinds of ways of tearing this thing apart. It was a couple of months ago that I actually got through that tear in the fabric of time of this game, that I got inside of it, and I found the way to be a corner of this game and do autopsies through last big roads. And the autopsies led me to where we're going now. And we're not exactly there yet. We're just so far along than we have ever been. And we're going to get there all the way to where, see, this game is not one in which you can be like blackjack, win every third trip to the casino, or win 2 out of 3, which nobody does in blackjack, by the way. But we want to win every time. And the game can throw different things at you all the time. And so you've got to have a multi-level way of playing. And that's where we began to leave only the chop. Now, the chop is what comes happening in this game more than anything. And so, yes, you can win with the chop very, very often. But there will come a time that it won't work. And we are in this thing for 100%. We want to see 100% of this. As you can see, right here, if you look right across here, you can see, I can see right now, there's the win, there's the chop, 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 chop, chop. All these are wins, all these are losses, excepting if you played here, if you played King's Ultimate, you would bet that the player is going to hit again. There it is. You hit again. And then you wait, And now when the banker came up, you're betting that the banker is going to hit again. And there it is. So that's two hands that we played, 2 hands that we've won, and that is enough. Thank you, Mike Steinfeld. Yeah, that's exactly right. This thing chops a lot. But look at this. For you guys that are streakers, if you kept playing, now you win the first 4 hands in the shoe. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't have your session profit after 4 straight wins, well, you got to give me a call because you're doing something wrong. But then here, if you played the player, then you lost your 3 right there. So you're down those, but you had won these already. Now you played the player to repeat. He didn't, but then it chopped back over. See, the streak didn't happen, but then the chop did. Think about it as a matter of roulette. And if you wanted to play the streak, you got it there. And then you would play the banker. And there it is. And if you played the streak, there it is. That's why I'm telling you, I know that we're onto something here. Because we actually don't have to win that many for us to have our money. I could win 2 hands and I got the money for the kingdom. And so we're playing it in the way like Chuck Ritter, he'll play 25 hands for me and report it to me. And he did it today. I don't know, Chuck, how many sessions you ran today, 14 or 15. But we are fine-tuning the game. Thank you, HR Green Shark. This is not just fooling around. We're doing this thing seriously. We take the casino seriously. I say that all the time. It's the toughest road game in the world. Matter of fact, we had a guy the other day who hit like a $1.5 million jackpot on a slot machine, and the casino refused to play him. They refused to pay him, and they got away with it. There's no place for him to go other than to throw his hands in the air and scream. If the casino wants to do something, they will do it to you. The Horseshoe Casino in Shelbyville, Indiana, refused to pay me $11,000 in chips before we made the first trip to Vegas. And I had to fight it and get people to vouch for me all over the place to get it paid. And every chip said Horseshoe Casino on it. They knew it was their chips. They were just looking at their chance to not pay it because they don't want money going out. When you give them money for those checks, is what they're really called, for those checks, and you stack them up in front of you, they already have your money and they don't want to give it back to you. And so you've got to play it straight up. You've got to play it honest, and you got to get your money, and you got to go right to the cashier and cash it right now. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. I'll not make any more mistakes with money. I'll tell you that, because you guys have stayed with me and it means a lot to me. I've got to get these impressions done. I got to get that first round toward those dentures done for me and finish up a couple of loose ends here. But I'm ready to go to Vegas right now for a nice trip and see can I do it. But I'm using this time here as productively as possible with my friends that do sessions as well to try to narrow this thing down. Are we going the right way? Do we have the right bet increments? Is this the way to do it? And I'm feeling very strong about a lot of things. As you can see tonight, we even beat it doing doggone roulette. Man, if you can beat roulette, you've got something going for you. So we got it. Hit me some likes on the way out, folks. I appreciate it very much. I love you. I will be back to see you. Thank you, Frank St. Alban. I know that, and that means so much to me. To all of you, I love you all. Y'all have a good night. I hope that the roulette style of play helped a little bit in understanding it a little more. It certainly does put everything in front of you where you can see their big road, the 9-number tower, and you know all the ways that I would play roulette anyway. Thank you so much, Trish. We will see you tomorrow, honey. I love all of you. The King says good night.